Our reporter Busisiswe Jemsana is at the newly refurbished Cecilia Makiwane Hospital in Mdantsane near East London and chats to the granddaughter of Cecilia Makiwane, who herself has become a healthcare provider. Let's cross to her right now. Busi?
Welcome back to the Eastern Cape again, Leanne Mdantsane at Cecilia Makiwane, and indeed we're standing with the granddaughter. Just a minute ago, Leanne, we were discussing whether she is the granddaughter or the cousin. Her grandfather and Cecilia were brother and sister, but she sounds very positive and is proud to be from a family of high stature, noting that even Cecilia's father was the second black minister. Now we talked to her about how this means to the family. Doc, thank you so much for joining us. Coming from a family of such high stature, Cecilia Makiwane, what does it mean to the family?
Oh, hi, Busi, and hi to the viewers at home. My name is Nonqaba Cecilia Makiwane. We recycle names in my family. So, first of all, I'd like to thank the Department of Health for inviting the family and for keeping the Cecilia Makiwane name in high regard. And also to remember that Cecilia was first and foremost someone's daughter, and for inviting us as a family. So I'm one of the grandchildren, so I'm not a cousin. So for me, as a family, it means a lot. But for me, I'll speak for myself. Being in the medical profession, I know the challenges that we face in South Africa. And from an age of 16, 17, when I came to Cecilia Makiwane for a ceremony, I made it a point that, I try my best to do in my job and also to strive to be the best in whatever I do. And I guess having that role model of Cecilia Makiwane has made me this grounded person that I am.
And we know her of being a caring person. From what you've heard from your family, because we all don't know her, how was she like? How do people describe her?
Well, we never got a chance to meet her. She died at a very young age of 39 of TB. So from what we hear from our grandparents and parents, she was a very dedicated person. And like I said, her father was also a teacher. So she was bound to be something or a very important person. So she studied and she excelled in her studies, and she sounded like this dedicated person. And like I say, for someone to die of TB at 39, that shows dedication.
And it links all perfectly well that even yourself, you've become a doctor, being able to cure people with TB, being able to follow in your grandmother's footsteps. It must be such a proud moment for you that you've been able to achieve this much.
It is, and like I say, I think it started when I was still young. People used to say, oh, at home you have a hospital, and it was such a big thing in the playground. And as I grew and I sort of understood what it meant, it stayed with me that, one day I also want to be that important person. I may not be the Cecilia Makiwane, but I am the junior Cecilia Makiwane.
Thank you so much, Doc, for your time. We're going to have to leave it there for now. Leanne, that's Dr. Nonqaba Cecilia Makiwane. She comes from Joburg. We were talking and she's saying she's considering moving into the province of the Eastern Cape, the home of legends, seeing that there is this big hospital with high technology and she wants to move. It's such a proud moment for her family, and that it is important that the legacy of Cecilia Makiwane is kept alive, and that her teachings, her caring spirit never die. Even her father was also a caring person who fought against the past laws. We know that Cecilia, after receiving her degree in nursing, she then fought against the past laws in 1912. Not only was it dedicated to saving lives, she was also someone who was dedicated to fight for women empowerment. But now, Leanne, the Premier of the Eastern Cape, Mr. Phumulo Masualle, has just come off a meeting to come talk to us about this big project. Premier, thank you so much for making time for us. We were talking earlier, this is such a big project worth 2 billion rand. When we talk of the economic spin-offs of the project, what are we talking about? How is it going to benefit the province economically?
Okay, look, during the construction phase, a lot of jobs have been created around here. Small enterprises, small contractors, skills have been imparted on a number of people in and around Mdantsane. You see, if you're looking at the provincial economic performance, one of the sectors that has shown consistent growth consistently is the construction sector. It is because of the impact of this bill program that countrywide we have been pursuing. So in respect of East London and the surrounding environments here, this project has made very significant contribution in that regard. Just in the construction phase, the phases are not all complete. There continues to be work opportunities that people are benefiting around here. You would also have observed that there is a legacy project that is being built here, an amphitheater named after Cecilia Makiwane, which will continuously house a number of symposia, a number of important gatherings within the fraternity of health, nursing in particular, that will continue to generate a concentration of people here. Of course, at the level of services that go towards this hospital, the local communities, local players in terms of the economy will be contributing in those supplies. So we're creating here a lifeline of benefit, of beneficiation on the part of the local economy. We're very much impressed at it.
And now, Premier, the first black nurse to be registered from the Eastern Cape to be registered in the country. It looks like the Home of Legends continues to producing, and it really is the Home of Legends. How do we link this to the Home of Legends slogan?
Look, we don't call ourselves the Home of Legends just because we're taking chances. Certainly, in the rest of the continent, the first black nurse came out of here, and this institution is named after that very historic leader that we have had here. So, yes, we want to build around that legacy, hence this amphitheater I'm talking to, which will be constitute a place for people to gather annually, nurses to come to, oath taking is going to be undertaken here to keep that memory alive. And I think the continent as a whole, from time to time, will also come here in the fraternity of nursing to get that inspiration. And it's something we do because indeed we've produced many giants from this province.
Premier, thank you so much for your time once again. The Premier of the Eastern Cape, proud to be associated with Cecilia Makiwane, who comes yearly. And the Eastern Cape continues to be the Home of Legends. We've heard from the Premier that they are building this around that legacy, making sure that heroes who played an important role in placing this province in the country, in the continent, and the world at large continue to leave their legacies passed on from generation to generation. From us here in Cecilia Makiwane, Leanne, it's back to you in studio.